The pigs who have had their babies killed, the pigs who have had their parents killed, the pigs who... Please don't hurt me.
Oh!
And I got off my bike, and the second I got off my bike, without even being able to lock it or even find a proper place to lean it, would be so cruel, like God, who just abandons everyone. I looked over, and there was a gang of teenage girls. These nuts. Today I am Muslim. Who looked at me, and they all went, "Oh my God, it's that vegan teacher." And listen. I've been Muslim before. Last year, the year before, even just last week, and I did not eat a goat, and I survived. No religion mandates eating animals. So I quickly got back on my bike, I just waved to them, and I just left. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis, I left because I don't want to always be that vegan teacher. Should ambulance drivers respond to calls from non-vegans?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What about people who know that hurting animals is wrong, but who have kept on doing it year after year? And then something happens to them and they call and they want some help. What do you think the animals would say?
Moo?
How do you think that the pigs would respond to this right now? The pigs who have had their babies killed, the pigs who have had their parents killed, the pigs whose mothers were raped, forced to be pregnant year after year. How do you think that the cows would respond to this? Cows who have also had their babies kidnapped, their milk stolen, being forced to be pregnant year after year. How would the cows respond to this? How would the chickens respond to this? The chickens who year after year are murdered at just 6 weeks old and end up at KFC. They would respond to this.
He needs some milk
right now, and they knew that they were going to end up in someone's belly in a week.
They don't. And here's the thing. I don't know why the vegan teacher seems to consider animals as equal to humans. Psst, they're not. They, one, don't live as long as us naturally, and two, they don't think or know anything. Animals are barely conscious. They might be sad about their kid for a day and immediately forget, as most animals don't understand the concept of relationships. Plus, most of the animals she names are already prey animals, as in, if it weren't us, it would be a fox or coyote or something anyway.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Why is this low-key a banger?
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Baby boy chicks are ground up at just 1 day old.
And then eaten.
Because when they grow up, they'll never be able to lay eggs, so they're considered to be useless.
No, they're not. We just eat them quicker than we would a female.
Don't try to fool yourself by buying so-called backyard or free-range eggs. All male chicks go through the same cycle of violence. From now on, you can never say you didn't know. You have no more excuses. Be vegan. Start now.
I'm good. You know, the vegan community really needs to hurry up and kick this girl out because she is bad representation. I might never become vegan just because of her, just to spite her.
Reason number 4, why vegans are better than
Oh,
non.
hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
You know those people who died that you loved? If vegans were in charge, they would still be alive right now.
How does that work? Do they have some super secret formula that allows humans to live forever? I mean, you look almost 2,000 years old, so it must be working.
If vegans were in charge, we would work from our heart. We would try to cause the least amount of suffering to animals, to the planet, and also to you.
Clearly that's not true, because looking at your face brings me tremendous, outrageous, unfathomable, otherworldly, immense pain and suffering.
those you love. If vegans were in charge, we would have made sure that no kids were ever abandoned. No aunts or uncles or brothers or sisters were ever cruel to you.
Oh yeah, and that reminds me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but as a Christian, I don't think God has ever eaten meat. Granted, I don't think he's ever eaten anything, but still, I don't think the Jewish God or Islamic God and stuff have ever eaten meat or dairy products. So by definition, aren't they, vegan?
We would have created a world where love would reign. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool and all, but tell me what happens when this dude appears.
Wouldn't be so cruel like God, who just abandons everyone.
She somehow just offended 85% of the world population.
Oh!
These nuts. Today I am Muslim. I've decided that
He
I'm gonna be
needs
Muslim
some
today
milk.
because yesterday I was Jewish, the day before that I was Christian, the day before that I was atheist. I like to change it up a bit.
Y'all go help her, y'all.
You know, it's great. I mean, we Muslims, we believe that there's an all-powerful, all-knowing God who is going to save us, and that gives me sort of some comfort in my heart, you know? I'm just having a little trouble to keep my hair under my scarf, you know, because apparently I have to do that because even though God gave me this hair, God doesn't want me to show it or something like that. I haven't figured it out yet. And also, you know, I'm having trouble understanding why we still have factory farms, even though, you know, God is so powerful and could stop hurting these innocent animals. But, you know.
Wah, like I had already said before, I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian. And even I know this is very disrespectful and inappropriate to Muslims. The hijab is for modesty and a testimony of faith, and in most if not all religions, God gave humans free will and the ability to do and create whatever they want, as in creating farms and stuff. If he were to one day stop those things just for your sake, I mean, vegan sakes, that would go against that. Sorry y'all, didn't mean to start preaching, but did I cook?
I'm going to stay with it because why not? Try new things, you know? Be open.
Jesus ate meat.
Listen, I've been Muslim before. Last year, the year before, even just last week. And
No, you weren't.
I did not eat a goat and I survived. No religion mandates eating animals. Hi there. So listen, I can't insult your religion because the religion is just a thing. You know? Religion isn't you. Now, you were born vegan. You never wanted to hurt animals. And God, right now, is not doing anything to help the vegans or the animals. You have to admit it. Okay, now if you're sad, it's because you're kind of realizing that I'm right. It's hard to take.
He
But
needs
good
some
people are
milk.
striving to be vegan. They're striving to not hurt animals, and they're striving to be the opposite of God. God created lions who hurt zebras. God created snakes who hurt little mice. God created a lot of evil things. Now, we're not blaming the animals. It's not their fault. They have to eat other animals, but you and I, we don't.
I could talk about this for days, but the video would be dreadfully long, so I won't do that to you guys. All I gotta say is religion isn't just some thing. It's a huge part of, if not someone's whole identity, as that's what they fully believe in and devote their lives to live by. Also, I think that the creator of all things could care less about what you're putting in your stomach.
Okay, so you want to know who I support, Palestine or Israel, and let me tell you who I support. I support people who don't pay for the rape, torture, confinement, and murder of innocent animals. So what I ask you to do is go to those countries, tell people to block their nose, open their mouth, and I'll look down and see what's in their intestines. I'll see what's in their colon. I'll see what's in their toilet. If I see a bunch of vegetables, it's great. If I see a bunch of corpses, it's not great. I don't really appreciate people who act like they're the victims when they are actually the victimizers. I don't like it when people act like they are oppressed when they are actually oppressing. Now, I've been talking about veganism for several years, and everybody knows that factory farming is hell on earth for these individuals. It is like a Holocaust that they are living through. So, if you want to end the Holocaust, then look at what's on your plate. Peace begins on your plate.
Mind you, she's talking about the people whose electricity and water just got cut off and are being raided and killed. She's saying, why should we care about them when animals are dying? Woman, there are way worse things going on in the world than people eating meat. Calm down.
Why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? I'm not racist. I'm not homophobic. Number one, you mean the words nigger and cutlet? Did I? Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out of the closet today during my live. All of you that declared that you want to be vegan from now on. So proud of you. Remember, this is our flag. We eat a wide variety of all colors of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. When you're shopping, remember to think about the flag. The brown part here represents whole wheat. It represents whole grain pasta, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, dates. This part represents tofu and cauliflower, and of course the whole rest of it. Every kind of nut, fruit, veggie, legume, seed you can possibly imagine. Thank you so much for considering the animals. I am so proud of you. And remember everybody, if somebody comes out as vegan in your family, give them a gigantic hug. Welcome them and say, I'm so proud of you. Let's go buy some vegan food. And then play the song and dance. Woo!
Anyway, with the TikTok portion out of the way, let's get into the serious stuff and the real reason I made this video. That vegan teacher uploaded 2 videos on her YouTube channel that I've seen circling around the internet that I wanted to go over here. One, a seemingly heartfelt and honest mask-off video, and another, a deranged and disgusting video. Let's take a look.
And I got off my bike, and the second I got off my bike, without even being able to lock it or even find a proper place to lean it, I looked over and there was a gang of teenage girls who looked at me and they all went, oh my God, it's that vegan teacher. And so I quickly got back on my bike, I just waved to them and I just left. I left because I don't want to always be that vegan teacher. Sometimes I just want to be a normal person in my neighborhood. I just want to hang out with the animals. They don't know who I am, and that's great. The closest I can get to them is to see their poop. There it is. They were here, and here, and here. And now they're over there. I'm not the only one, though. I saw some kids before also trying to make friends with them, and the geese ran away. But my goal is not to make them scared. I don't want them to feel like they have to run away. But I just want to get close enough for them to see that I'm not scary. So I'll just crouch down here and observe them. Hey guys. Your babies are so cute. They're keeping an eye on me. One of them is standing guard and watching me very closely.
You don't need to watch the rest of the video to get the idea. She says she wants to be a normal person again. That she no longer wants to be seen as the vegan teacher. She uses this really clever analogy with the geese, basically saying that people already have this idea and perception of who they think she is, so they never take the time to actually get to know who she is. And people don't like her or may be afraid of her because of that. She doesn't want to be known as the crazy vegan teacher. She wants to be Katie, it seems, especially where she lives. The only problem is that, especially with the things we've just seen being out on the internet, people may not even want to get to know Katie, crazy or not crazy. She's hurt and angered so many people all for attention. It's too late to turn back now and try to be Katie, and especially especially with what I'm about to show you guys.
Imagine that this is your baby, and you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands. Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products. You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you. But when you're not looking, your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die and feeds it to your child. Then she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see. But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust. The feedback she gets is praise. This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in.
Is that even a word?
Where a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her. Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny, and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat. But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis,
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk! Oh! Y'all go help her, y'all!
covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction. Let that sink in for a minute. Ponder that. Picture that. Feel that in your gut. Let that imagery wash all over your body. And before you can scream and yell and say that there is a big difference between the two, I invite you right now to try to articulate that. Because, in fact, there is no difference. If a mother tells you not to put something in her child's mouth, and you do it, you have essentially raped that child's palate.
I'm not gonna use my image for this, as the cat pictures are made to bring some sort of humor, and this is a serious topic. Feeding this person's sister's baby ribs is in no way, shape, or form similar or in relation to rape. The video was likely made as a joke and the baby seemed to enjoy it. The baby was not assaulted in any way, shape, or form. Comparing eating meat to being raped is a disgusting and inhumane comparison. Rape is not a word or topic that should be used to push an agenda, especially not one so ridiculous like this, even if the vegan teacher's video was made as a joke. This is a serious topic that shouldn't be handled lightly and be treated as a joke.
This baby had a right to maintain her vegan virginity. This mother did not consent to her child eating an animal. This child did not consent to eating an animal who didn't want to die. On behalf of all good people who live on this planet and are able to see right from wrong, I apologize to this child. I am deeply sorry that your aunt felt the need to do this to you. To all mothers and fathers who are striving to be vegan in this vegan-phobic world, I salute you.
In conclusion, I believe that Katie is simply just a bad example of what cloud chasing and attention seeking can do to you. It will tear you down until you are so desperate for an ounce of attention and a moment of popularity you take yourself out of reason and even what you believe in and boil your personality down to controversial takes just for a drop of that attention you so badly crave. Katie, I truly hope you can change, and if you don't, I hope it's worth it. I hope you got and get the attention you so desperately sought after. And I hope you live the rest of your life knowing it's ruined because of it.
Hello, what you're making. The world's yours for the taking. Everything you touch, yeah, you gotta let it in. Your crown's made out of paper, and you've never looked greater. Got an empty canvas, so where to begin? Build your own fantasy.